a little motivation for you. A little motivation for you.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tips Tuesdays live rehashed. It is a little after 9, y'all, and I apologize for starting late. Because y'all know I like to be on time. But today has been a day, but we are not going to glorify that. We are going to go ahead and get started. We have a special guest here tonight, and I'm so excited to see where the conversation is going to go. We have Miss Bianca Washington. Everybody say hello.
Hello,
We
Tiffany.
hello. I'm so excited to see you tonight. Um, so as I stated, we started a little late. Y'all, I have been like moving around slow today. My head's been hurting and I'm like, just dragging. But it is another Tuesday, so that it's more inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. And we are gonna do what we do, how we do it every Tuesday. And y'all remember to get in them comments. As a matter of fact, right now, if you are tuned in, I see at least 2 people are on right now. Go ahead and share the show. Share the show. We do not hoard this inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. So let's go ahead, take our time, and share. I need to come up with a share song. Right, I gotta come up with a song for everything. We got the announcement song.
Let me help
Uh,
you with that, Tiffany. Let me help you with that.
all right. You gonna help me with that? Don't say me.
But
Gonna do
no,
it
no,
now.
let me set the record because back in the day, I used to be a little lyricist. So I'm just
Okay. Look,
little
man.
lyrical. The brat would have never came out for all those
Um,
folks in my era. I'm saying.
okay. Look, y'all hear, y'all my witnesses. She said it. She
Poetry.
said it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Look, you can't tell me things like that because I will put it to the test.
Oh, that now it's been a minute since I've been off the cuff with it. I'm gonna tell you, poetry
Hey,
though is my second name.
I want to say
Poetry.
it's like getting back on the bicycle. But never leave, never leave. Look, Crystal said, "Okay, girl." She said that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one
Y'all
for you before the end of the night. Watch what I'm gonna pop it
gotta.
all
Okay,
over there for.
look, we're gonna put it to the test. We're gonna put it to the
I
test
didn't
because
I
I
didn't
want
say
to
I
know.
sing. I said
I'm
I
curious.
write. Let's be clear.
Hey, you write, I sing, I write and sing. We can make it do what it do.
Yes.
We can make it do what it do. So, all right. So that is an opportunity for everybody to go ahead and share that out. Remember, we are live in the comments. So keep those comments coming. Hey, Crystal, and what Crystal the only comments that I see. So put in the comments where you are looking at this show from. Are you on my personal page? Are you on the Tips Tuesdays page? Are you on YouTube on Tips Tuesdays? Let me know where you are viewing the show from because I would like to see where all my comments come from. We live for Tuesdays. Be right back after. Oh yes, Miss Quina in here. Yes, y'all come on in and y'all do what y'all do. And yes, we're about to go on and get started. Um, we're just gonna roll with things tonight. I'm on the personal page. Yes, I think the majority of my comments are showing from the personal page. So yes. All right, so we are going to get started tonight. You know what time it is? It is the announcement time. Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements. Announcement time. It's announcement time. It's time for those announcements. Yeah. Might have to do a video for the next season on the announcement time. Yeah. All right, it's time for the announcements. Y'all stream everything Tiffany music wise on whatever you stream music on. Whatever you stream music on, go and stream Tiffany. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever you listen to it on. If you are on TikTok, use those sounds. Use those sounds. Use it just like you use a Beyonce sound or the popular boots on the ground. You know, use the sound and let's make those sounds go viral. For those of you that still bump CDs, hey, I got a CD for you that you want to get with Walk by Faith, Without You, Like You, and Same Old Praise. If you still bump the CDs, holla at your girl for the CDs for $15 to support the music. All right.
You've been going through some things, been through heartaches and pains. You gotta know that God is there through the fire and the rain. You've gotta keep your head up when life is tough. You've gotta keep your head up. Don't give up. You should walk by faith and not by sight.
And you will know that everything will be. Yeah. All right, so check out that. That's Walk by Faith, just to give you a little sneak peek. Or for others that have listened to it already, you know, repeat. Okay. Y'all check out the podcast, the audio part of Tips Tuesdays. Subscribe, like, share, and follow everywhere that you can listen to podcasts. Go and follow the Tips Tuesdays pages on Facebook and Instagram. Also, check out the YouTube. You know, we're going live right now from Facebook and YouTube. But on those pages, you can keep up with what's going on. Also, check out the Rip and Rev page on Facebook. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of things coming up. And I'm Riff.
And I'm Rev.
And this is the Rip and Rev Show.
And Rev. And
And this is the Rip and Rev Show. All right, so y'all tuning in to the Rip and Rev Show. We got a date coming up this month. We are in June now. June 21st, we will be doing a book interview in North Little Rock at In His Presence Ministries. And we will be interviewing author Daryl O. Griffin for his book, The Pecking Order. If y'all ever been to one of our book interviews, it's pretty elegant and nice. So if y'all have nothing to do, June 21st at 6:30 p.m., check us out at In His Presence Worship Ministries with author Daryl O. Griffin. Come on out and have a good time, okay? If you hear about TNT, that is Tange and Tiffany. Whenever you see that name, that is me and another artist. Y'all will hear more about that if you haven't heard about it. Also, Check out Tip's Promotions. Right there on the screen is my phone number and the email address. Any kind of content that you do or need, holla at me for the designs of those creations. Tiff Promotions. You're gonna be hearing that a lot, a lot, a lot. Tiff Promotions. All right, we already said okay, and live for Tuesdays. Also, and we'll talk about this here a little more in the show, but I have been nominated for Podcast of the Year, Musician of the Year, and Female Vocalist of the Year for the Musical Love Awards, amongst other things that we have going on. I will also be hosting some interviews of the other nominees of the Music Love Awards. I had that for the screen, but that is one of the things that I could not find. But yes, check out my Facebook page, check out everything Tiffany to see what those dates are coming up. The first interview is next Monday. So y'all tune in to see everything that's going to be about the Music Love Awards with some of the nominees that will be there. And I'm excited because I'm nominated 3 times this year. So I think that I got all the announcements out. If not, my assistant will let me know in the comments. I'm sure she's going to tell me something that I missed. All right. Uh, So we are going to get into things. I would like for my guest to introduce her beautiful self.
Well, I will do that, Tiffany. um, let me see. How do I introduce myself? First of all, how I met Tiffany is just, alignment, direct alignment. So I love meeting people that are strategically placed and planted in my life on purpose. Most of the times I'm out minding my own business, and just
Right.
that's how it goes. And then I just happen to be at a certain place at a certain time. And so I've resided in Arkansas for now about 4 years, and I'm kind of a gypsy. I've lived in about 13 states, so I love to travel. I love to travel, boots on ground. Never been afraid, never been scared to go uproot. I just feel like if you don't know, you won't know until you go. So, but I'm here now, and God has brought me here. People ask me all the time because I was born on the West Coast, California. I'm a beach baby all the way to the core, and people be like, "Well, why would you move here?" Yeah, I don't know that yet, but I am on a destined journey. He's got me here. And so, I'm just here to do whatever I'm assigned to do here, forever how long he has me here. I'm a district manager for my corporate work. I'm a district manager, and I get the gracious opportunity of overseeing 2 offices in Little Rock and Conway. And just my main focus in life and just with people in general is to help build them, develop them, mentor them. I do a lot of that, cultivating them, especially women, but I do it with men as well, because I just believe if we don't believe in ourselves and one another, we already lost the fight. So that's just a little bit about me. And on a personal, I've got 4 kids. My baby is 23. She just turned 23. My oldest will be 31, 2 in between. And I have 7 grandkids, ranging from the age of 7 months to 7 years. So, yeah, that's 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 what I got going on over here, Tiff.
There you go. There you go. I don't know. Okay, so what part of California are you from?
San Diego.
For real?
San, it's San
Did we have
Diego.
this conversation?
I don't know. I
I
think
was
we
born
might
in
have.
San Diego.
It's San Diego. Yeah.
Yes.
I was there between, so I was there in the height of colored, call it color time. So before
Uh,
all the organization, no
yeah.
crime came into
Well,
existence, I was there in that era.
I was just
So,
born there. I think
okay.
once we moved to Arkansas, I was 4. So I'm more
Okay.
Arkansan than anything. Uh,
But
I'm
when I
more
moved here,
Arkansan than anything.
when I moved
Huh?
here, I called it the Ark. So,
The art.
I just seemed like it fit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's always the same thing. Well, what made y'all come to Arkansas? I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Ministry.
growing on me. It's That's what it is. I and all the places that I've lived, all the jobs that I've worked, like, just, and I know we haven't gotten anything yet, but I just have to be transparent because somebody probably needs to hear it. But
Yeah.
there have, if people looked at my life, and people have known me, I know people for 20, 30 years, like, and then they can vouch my story. But
Hmm.
they have watched my life and watched me walk by faith my whole life. I mean, getting out of boxes that they're like, why would you get out of that box? Why would you leave that position? Why would you move? Why would you let that go? And you have to, when I heard the song "Walk by Faith," I said, "Oh, that's my whole life.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
my whole life." They, literally tagged me with the faith walker because
Right.
that's just what I do. So like-minded people, I do believe God aligns like-minded believers to
Yeah.
join up and do miraculous and incredible things, because I like to be on the side. If they say it can't be done, yeah.
Right.
we
There you go.
we gonna watch them work.
Yes, we definitely got to watch and work concerning my line. So yeah, when I say walk by faith, I'm living it right now. I'm living it right now. We walking by faith, not by sight, and about to make some things happen, see some things happen, and go with the flow. Go
Yeah,
with the flow.
that's all you
Yes,
can
and
do.
I'm just so excited that we met. You know, I was
That's
at
right.
work and I was like, you know what? I'm so glad that you came. I was like, well, I can't even remember what we was talking about, but I just had chills on my arm. I was like, oh, this is yes, yes. And you was
Yeah.
like, I wasn't even planning on coming. I wasn't even
No.
planning on coming this way. I'm like, well, you came for me because that day, yes, yes. I don't even know what was going on that day. Ain't no telling what was going on that day, but it was meant for you to come through. So
Yeah,
God will send people your way just to
he will.
encourage you
Yeah.
and to let you know that hey, I hear you, I see you, I'm here. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
we feel like we're all by ourselves. We feel like God, what is going on? Do you
Yeah.
hear me? You know, and so God will show you in His own way. He
Yeah.
will send people your way just to let you know, hey, I hear you, I see you. You
Yeah.
know.
That's the realest thing, and if people would be learn to be okay with that. In other words,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to be in a place of uncertainty because that's
Mm,
real life. I don't do mask and you know I'll call clothes covers over our face pretension. I don't do that.
mhm,
I like to keep it 1,000%. And if a person is in a place where they're not okay or they're uncertain or life is shaky, say that. Say that.
yeah,
Don't give me fluff. Tell me what it really is, because a
man,
lot of times it's just like if you go to a physician. If I go to a physician and I know I have a situation going on, but I'm telling the doctor everything's okay, then that limits the physician to do what the
mm,
physician came to do. That we have to learn how to be transparent one with another. Now, it's kind of tricky because people can be people. That
right, right,
people people can be people, and they're not always a lot of times, we can be, we mean well. I'll say that we mean well, by the
mhm,
responses that we say. And, but yet we don't necessarily put ourselves in people's positions and what they're actually feeling and experiencing and dealing with.
true,
And that part is a process. I'd love to tell everybody, yeah, it's just gonna be good for you, but no, shedding layers, you feel that. You grow,
right,
you
right,
feel that development, You feel all of that, and yes, I
Yes.
prayed, but I'm still going to feel that. Jesus still felt the nails. He still felt the whips. I mean, yeah, I got to make stuff,
Right.
practical where people see this stuff because they like to be like, yeah, bless the Lord. Yeah, bless the Lord. And I still felt that whip on my back and it hurt.
Right. Right. I still can feel, you know. Yes,
And
yes,
it's okay. And it's okay.
yeah, yeah. And it's all part of a process.
It is.
All part of a process. A lot of people they want they want to progress, but they don't want the process.
Yeah. If anybody
And you
has
gotta
ever
go
had
through it.
child if anybody has ever had children, you understand growing pains. Sometimes children in certain stages of their growth process, right? They'll say, "Mommy, my legs hurt or my arms hurt or whatever." And you can't visibly see the pain, but they
Right,
feel the pain. And
right,
it's something real tangible that's going on on the inside of them. To dismiss that would dismiss what they're experiencing. And
right.
sometimes, a lot of times, when people are dealing with different circumstances in life, we can sometimes be insensitive and dismissive of what they're
Mm,
experiencing. But we really need to get more and connect. And I say that, and I say that with every fiber of my being, because I don't believe Jesus has ever told anybody, you know what, don't worry about that pain right there. You'll be all right. I don't think he's ever said that.
right, right,
He's always concerned and attentive to our pain. He's always saying, "Come to me, come to me." Right?
yeah,
You who labor and have heavy labor. He's like, Lean on me, bring it to me." Right? Understanding our fragility. We're fragile human beings,
right,
and we live in a human skin. And
right.
so, we don't have to fluff about stuff. We can be just as candid and real, and just as much a faith walker as the next person, you know.
Yes,
So yeah.
most definitely on that. We getting warmed up. We just getting warmed up, y'all. Like we ain't even got into the meat of things yet. Can y'all see why I asked her to be a guest on the show? Man, when the connection is there, the connection is there.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me go to these comments and see who in here. Let's see. Let's see. You don't look old enough to have kids. She said
That's
you're
God's
looking good,
grace.
girl.
Thank you.
That's funny. That's funny. So as I'm going to these comments, I want to know because I have something for y'all to do. I want to know who did their challenge this week. Who did their challenge this week? So put in the comments challenge if you did it. And then also put how many days out of that challenge. How many did you do? Did you do 7 out of 7? I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't do 7 out of 7. I did 5 out of 7. So Bianca, we had a challenge last week where we asked God a yes or no question,
Okay.
not asking of anything from him.
Mhm.
Okay. That was one thing. The other thing was 5 minutes of silence, uninterrupted, intentional silence.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Hold on, let me go to the comments and see if anybody put it in there. Challenge failed. Oh Lord, challenge failed. Come on, you had to at least done one day. At least one. At least one. I
That's
ain't
a good
even gonna lie.
challenge.
I think it was 1 out of 7. Hey, we being transparent. It's a, it's a,
Yeah.
it's a try. It's a try. Queen of 7 out of 7. She already be doing it. It wasn't really a challenge, right? No, but you doing it is inspiration for us that didn't make it the whole 7 days. I did 5 out of 7 for sure. Uh okay, my husband said one day. Okay, one day. All right, honey, I see you. And then okay, I asked God yes or no one day if I
Mm.
can quit. If I can quit my job and I don't think he heard me or I need to clean my ears out, I'm done. Yeah, yeah, y'all. That's my sister. That's my sister. If y'all have not caught on to that, yes. I can be silent, but my brain is constantly running. Oh my God. That's the hardest part for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. I'm with you on that. First of all, 5 minutes was a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long time. I put my timer on, and I kid you not, I looked and it said not even a minute had passed. I was like, "Oh, this is a long time." And it seemed like the first day that I did the 5 minutes, I did it at the busiest time of the day for people to be just on my street, just driving back and forth. I'm like, it is loud.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really not loud. It's just that I'm being silent and I'm hearing everything. I'm like, oh Lord, it's a long 5 minutes. So I understand on that. And you know that quiet challenge, yeah, no, yeah. So um I have had 7 out of 7 unintentional 5 minute naps this week. Now, let's talk about the naps. So earlier I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this is why I say you gotta be intentional about this 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because don't do it before you go to bed. Like don't do it before you go to bed. Don't do it before you take a nap, before you know you about to take a nap. Cause I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this 5 minutes on. This was today. I said, I'm gonna put this 5 minute timer on and I'm gonna be silent and then I'm gonna take my nap.
Yeah. It
I
didn't
think
happen.
maybe the first 3 minutes I was alert and then I had went to sleep. My timer went off. I was like, oh,
5 minutes is up.
right, right. You gotta let's be intentional about the 5 minutes. And this is just a way for us to clear our heads, clear our thoughts, take a minute, breathe, because we're forever on the go. We're whether
Mhm.
we're just at home or we're at work, we are forever on the go. Like I don't work anymore, but my brain is still on the go. Like it's going. So we have to remember to take that time for ourselves to get back to ourselves, to have a moment just to you see how that silence was right there? Just to have that silence. And the other part of the challenge was about asking the yes or no question. One thing that I got from that, because like our guest said last week, we're always asking God for things.
Mhm.
God hears us on that. He know that we can ask questions. But when have you just gone to him just to, tell him who he is, how he is, he's awesome, he's great, he's kind, all these things.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed in this part of the challenge is self-examination.
Mhm.
A lot of us don't want to ask those yes or no questions because we don't want the self-examination. We don't want the answers, like my sister said about quitting the job, sometimes we don't want the answers, so we don't want to ask those yes or no questions. So, what type of yes or no questions did y'all ask besides my sister? Because I know which one she asked. What kind? What kind of yes or no questions did we ask this week? Y'all can feel free to put it in the comments. And there, yes, those yes or no. Right, right. Yes, yes. She said, "Who those yes or no questions be?" Yes, yes. I feel you on that. But then that's one reason why we don't ask those questions. Is my roommate? Well, that wasn't one about you quit your job. You right. You right. Hey, ask that question too. Ask that question too.
The
Hey,
roommate husband on the way.
Yes, right, right. It need to just be the husband on the way. But anywho, uh, I
That's
even
real.
asked about the 8 ball. What's the 8 ball? What? I'm scared to ask. I don't know. Um, Mine was about my son. Okay, okay. All right. So y'all doing y'all's challenges. That's good. We got another one tonight, which we'll get into it probably in between topics. Because we already into the show and we've been throwing scripture out there and everything. So we got that inspirational part on that. So what we gonna do? We're gonna I'm gonna tell y'all about this one thing that I need y'all to do for me. Because remember I said that I was nominated for the Music Love Awards, right? I'm nominated for the Music Love Awards. And what I need y'all to do, y'all are gonna get a voting link June 10th to vote, 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 vote. It's unlimited voting. So if I had, it says 5 people on here. So it's 5 people plus Bianca plus me. If I was to say all 7 of us, we gonna vote 100 times a day. And 700 votes right there, y'all. Between 7 people. Y'all get where I'm going with it? I need
Yeah.
y'all to vote, 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 vote. Podcast of the year, female vocalist, and musician of the year. Okay. So that starts June 10th. You will see another show before then. So uh, just know that that's coming up. You will see that on my website, everythingtiffany.com. Let me put that at the bottom, everythingtiffany.com. Yeah, everythingtiffany.com. Also, what I need you to do is to go to the website, and you can start doing this now. If you are a supporter of the podcast, of my music, and whatever else I got going on, go to the website. There is a link that you click for congratulatory messages and ads. Because I'm not going to just keep it at the messages. Because if you want to spend more than $10, that is wonderful. I accept. But go there. The least that you can do is do a congratulatory message for $10. Just congratulate me, saying whatever you want to say. And it's going to go into the souvenir booklet for the Music Love Awards. This is actually going to help with my hotel stay for those 2 nights that I'll be there. It'll help with my luncheon, but not only will it help for that, everything past that, the money goes towards a scholarship that the Music Love Awards does for someone in the performing arts. So this is not just about congratulating me. This is also about helping with the scholarship fund also for the Music Love Awards. So go to everythingtiffany.com and show your support there. And yeah, that's what I need y'all to do. Come on, show up, show out, and show your support. All right. So, and next week I'll have that on the screen because tonight I didn't get that up there. Uh, if you know, you know. But yes, yes, yes. Go and support there. All right. So we are going to get into the inspirational topics. Let me go to my screen and uh, let me go to the right thing. Okay. We're going to go to the inspirational topics. And y'all know we have our spin wheel this time around this season. All right, let's see what we got. Can y'all see the screen?
Yes.
All right, let's go on click and let's see what our topic is. When the tough gets going. When the tough gets going. I should have removed that. Oh well.
Yeah.
I should hit that. Oh, I didn't even think about. Okay. Oh, yes. I can. Okay. Never mind. I just came up with something. All right. Here we go. So when the tough gets going is the topic. When the tough gets going. So y'all, y'all know we talk about it all the time on here. Life be life,
Hmm.
and a lot of times when it gets tough, you want to give up. And I
Hmm.
wasn't trying to rob. That just came out like that. Uh, but when it gets tough, you really want to give up. You want to throw in the towel. You're like, what's the use? What is the point? Why is this happening to me? You have all the questions in the world and not enough help, not enough relief, more questions than anything. But when the tough gets going, I want to start this topic off by saying when the tough gets going, what are the conversations that you're having with God?
Hmm.
What are the conversations that are you having a conversation with God? Is the question, because a lot of times
Yeah.
the tough gets going. Some people they having a conversations with God because that's the only time God really hearing from them. And then some people they just don't talk to God because they feel like you done left me, you done forsake me. What's the point? You know.
Yeah.
So what kind of conversations are you having with God? What kind of conversations are you having? Period. Are you being negative in a situation? I always say, my pastor says all the time, how you go through a situation determines how long you're gonna be in that situation. Are
Facts.
you going through it happy? I mean, of course you're not gonna go through it happy, but are you going through it with a positive attitude?
Yeah.
Or are you moaning and complaining about it? Are you like, somebody come in and they're like, "Good morning." You're like, "What's good about it?
Yeah.
Tell
That
me.
negative, that negative, that
Why you
negative
so why
side
you
of that.
smiling so much today?" Like,
Mm.
so like how are you responding in situations? How are you taking it? Are you being positive or are you being negative? When the tough gets going, do you get you getting tough? What's happening? What's happening? So what you got on when the tough gets going?
You know what, Tiffany, I want to say to that because I'm glad that that spinned up on the wheel. I actually had a conversation about this, and I think people can relate. Like when you go to the gym and you are in the process and you're committed and you're dedicated to lose weight or get your abs or whatever it is you're doing, resistance is going to be your number one winner. And so, with that question, right, in the midst of chaos, it's when you put on your resistance bands that you really begin to shed off the stuff that's not doing anything for you, anyways. That's mindsets, that's
Mm,
heart, that's emotions, that's feelings. And it really sheds layers and people and places. Resistance will do that. So I hope people can get maybe in that mindset because perspective is everything.
mhm,
It's how you look at a thing that will determine it. I was talking to my sister today, and whether a person says I can or whether a person says I can't makes all the difference in the world. So your perspective on the storm. I have enough storms to walk, I think, all 52 states. I have enough storms that I could go down the list. We don't have enough time tonight. But if you ever want to open that can, you just call me back on the show and I can tell you some real
Oh,
live radio to
look.
where storm should have dictated to me my mindset. But there's
Mm,
something that I know that I've always been prone to do, the opposite. And so when the enemy, to me, whether call it a game, call it the way God designed me, whatever, but when he says I should break, baby, that's when we really about to go. We about to dig and we about to praise. Because I'm not going to allow anything, anyone, any circumstance to dictate to me what
Mm-hmm.
my outcome's going to be. I have learned to allow the Spirit of God in me to
Mm-hmm.
dictate my situation. And when you
Yeah.
can understand that and you can begin to grow and develop that area of your life,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see things. You'll see things more of not of why is me, but Lord, thank you, it was me. You'll look at it
Mm-hmm.
from a different perspective because understanding he's the architect. He don't make mistakes. And because he don't make mistakes, then he planted me or he allowed the situation, circumstance, whatever it was to occur. So then
Mm-hmm.
God, what are you trying to show me?
Right.
Your perspective shifts, which means then you understand that you're not in the battle just by happenstance. You're in the battle because he set you there. And the sooner
Mm.
that you understand that, you can go ahead and get that stripe. You know how, when you in the military, you in any kind of army, they stripe you. Yeah, you
Hmm.
don't get stripes without battles. So
Hmm.
the more I understand the battle line, the more stars, the more stripes I'm gonna get because I'm ranking. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go. Look. Look. And you said, uh, my pastor says all the time, the person that says that he can and the person that says he can't, they're both right.
Yes. Yeah.
That's like powerful right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have what they say.
Yes.
That's why the Bible says that there's life and death in the power of the tongue, because you're gonna have exactly what you say. So the fruit, right? The resistance, most of the resistance come from what I say, what I release in the atmosphere. That's where the
Yes.
resistance comes. Do I know
Yes.
how to close this in those chaotic times so I don't release stuff into the atmosphere, planting seeds that will eventually crop up? They're gonna bring some
Right.
type of fruit, but depending on what I plant is going to be depending on what I see.
Yes. Yes. And we say all the time, what speak positive things. The things, like you said, that come out of your mouth, they are words of life and they are words of death. What are you speaking over yourself? What are
Yeah.
you speaking? Speak words of positivity.
Yeah.
That's one of my songs. Y'all can check that out on streaming platforms. Speak
Put that plug in
positive
there.
by
Put
Tiffany. Plug it in. Plug it in.
that plug in.
Speak
Right on
positive.
time.
Speak positive. Seriously though. Speak
Yeah.
positive. A lot of the things that we go through are because of the things that we speak over ourselves.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
And
sometimes
sometimes
we're
Tiffany is,
our own worst enemies.
yeah.
You
And
know.
sometimes we allow people to speak over us too.
Hmm.
And that part,
Yes.
because we allow ourselves to be in circumstances and environments and situations. I don't care if they're family, friends, or foe. If they're speaking negativity over my life, then I'm not going to be amongst that because you're not going to plant that over my life. And so it's
Yes.
it's even it's even recognizing that, right? Remove yourself from situations allowing people to plant things
Mm-hmm.
that are not producive over your
Yes.
life.
Yes. I always say the people that are watch the people that are around you and keep the people that surround you. There's a difference between people just being around you. Anybody they can be trying to be around you, but the people that surround you are the ones that are your true people that's going to support you. Your true people that I can call you and say, hey, I need you to pray, and you're gonna pray. You're gonna pray, not prey. Oh well, what's going on? No, you don't need to know all of that. I need you to pray. You know,
Yeah.
we have too many people around us that's just there. You know,
Yeah.
everybody can't be your friend.
Yeah.
And like you said,
Definitely
even if
not.
they family, some people they just don't need to be around you because
Yeah.
they're
Love them
not on
from
the
a
same level as you. They're not on the same mindset as you. They don't. they don't, y'all are not like-minded, and you need to be around like-minded people in order to progress in life and just to make it in life.
Yeah.
You know, if you got somebody around you that's just negative all the time, I mean, I said that all the time with my work environment. I'm like, hey, if you gonna come in complaining, move around. Don't come over here. Because we was fine before you
Love them
came
from
up
a
in here.
distance. Love.
I would get
It's
somebody out
something.
of my spot quick.
It's
Or
something that
just
you say. It's something that you say that though, because you know, out of my four kids, I have two that tend to veer towards the woe is me, right? They tend to the
mm,
to the negative. They tend to the go to the negative side, even though I don't know why, but they tend to. And sometimes we know that and we see that. And I will say, for those that have roots, hear me. For those that have roots, right? Sometimes people come in our life and they come into our sphere because we really have the ability to pivot their mindset. Pivot. You have to know where you at now, because you know,
mm,
again, you know, if you're on the same level, you're not gonna pivot anything. You need to
mhm.
be on down the road, so that way
Right.
you have some grit about yourself. You're rooted, then you can help other people come out of that mindset by helping them cultivate and develop, because it takes patience and it takes grace. It takes
Yeah.
both to, you know, to get other people to come out of that, because the truth of the matter is
Yeah.
God wants all of us to develop.
And it takes being consistent because
Yes.
there are people that are inconsistent because they may feel like they want to be the positive person or whatever. If you are a positive person, then you're just going to be a positive person no matter what. And it's
Yep.
like that consistency. Eventually, they're gonna be like, you know what? You ain't even got
Yep.
to tell me. I ain't even gonna come around. Or they'll get themselves together and just
Yep.
no,
Yep.
no, she keep playing. I'm not about to be like that around her. I would be consistent.
Yep.
Hey, hey, you talk
That's
about
true.
who, why, what, move. Like I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
Move around. you know. So being consistent and being consistently the person that you are, being that true person that you are, and you're not being something that you're not.
Yeah.
I can't help but to just be like that. It's like
Yeah.
and
Consistency.
I've learned because it's like once those people are negative all the time and that's all you hear, then you take that home.
Yep.
Then you're being negative about things, and then you just bring it home, and it's like if
You've been
anything, I'm gonna pull you. You're not about to pull me.
You've become the garden at that point, where
Yes,
they're the
yes,
farmer, they're planting seeds. You become the garden, all the crops come up in you, and you don't intend.
yes,
A lot of times people don't intentionally know that they're doing that, right? They don't even realize sometimes, you know, that the seeds are being planted or that they're taking root, right? But that's where your self-awareness has to come into place, and you know what, and say, you know what, so it's otherwise. Let me give you a prime example. Let's see, Jane and Tom are having difficulties in their marriage, right? Then you got Sue and Bob over here. They have a wonderful marriage. But put Jane and Tom over here with their troubled, chaotic, dramatic marriage and all of their issues, and let them sit around Bob and Sue. After a while, Bob and Sue gonna be like, our marriage, and now they two dealing with the
right,
trauma and the chaos. Instead of them being the influencer, they became the influenced, not knowing where
yes,
their roots are. So I'm telling
yes,
you, you got to know where your roots are, how deep you go, right? Just like an
yes,
alcoholic. If you just came out the bar last year, you probably don't need to go to the bar this year. Now, maybe you've been out the bar 12 years and you can handle it. You stand all the way down. I ain't doing that. You got to know where you
no,
at. You got to know where you
yes,
at. Yeah.
yes. Most definitely. Y'all, this is good. This is good. I see y'all in the comments. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see. My master's over here acting up. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, Crystal. Yeah, she put the link.
Mm.
She put the link to speak positive. Yes, yes. Okay, let me go. Let me go up some more though. I'm coming to Egypt. They having side conversations. Speak life. Speak life. Yes. When the tough get going, I remind God what He said in His word. He said, "We are above and not
Yeah.
beneath. We are blessed. If we take heed to God, to His word, be mindful, follow instructions, and remember that we can do all things through Him. So that when the tough get going, instead of thinking what's what it is, we begin to trust."
Yeah.
Yes, Queenie, you put a whole paragraph in there. That is so true. Like Tevin said, yes. What's up, Rev? Speak life, speak life. Yes, y'all in them comments, and y'all keep them coming, keep them coming.
Yeah. It's the truth, and I'm glad to hear that, because we can be a light or we can be darkness. We get to
Yes.
choose every single day of our life. We get to choose. Here's the great thing about a light. A light can go in any dark room and it'll change. Think about that.
Mm,
A light. I don't care if it's a flicker. I don't care if it's a candle. I don't care what kind of flame it is. It can go in any dark place and change the atmosphere.
yeah.
So, as we grow and develop, because nobody's arrived. I hate to, I don't know if anybody's aware, but not me, not nobody, nobody's arrived anywhere. We're all on this path and this journey together. And the more that we learn from one from another, right? Okay, this is my weakness. This is your strength. Let's see how
Mm-hmm.
we can help each other, right? Instead of I guess, you know, magnifying somebody else's dark spot or their weak spot, right? Let's see how we can strengthen somebody. Now everybody's not going to
Yeah.
want to go along, right?
Right.
But we got to at least make an attempt. It's almost like telling somebody, well, I heard somebody, like I've had people in my family do drugs. My son was on meth and cocaine. And I mean, I tell you, I got some stories. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy when you deal with difficult situation, difficult circumstances, right? You're talking about resistance. It's easy to just be like, I don't want to be bothered with that. But at the same token, right now, I know my position. I know my authority. Now I'm gonna tell you, my son started doing meth, and I think it was probably like 3 or 4 days. Let me tell you, I don't play. Like in the spirit realm, I don't play. So I immediately said, "Nah, we not doing this." Let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you, within it was 3 or 4 days, he stopped meth cold turkey, cold turkey. So, I say that you because you got again, I'm gonna go back to you gotta know your position. You gotta know
Mm-hmm.
where you're at. Dig your roots deep in the ground, right? And if you see darkness and you see chaos and you see drama and whatever, right? Whatever God has positioned you to do. I can't do what Tiffany's do. Tiffany can't do what I do, and vice versa. And anybody else. We're all assigned to something. But whatever
Mm-hmm.
that is, that's where my grace is gonna come. That's where my
Right.
area of strength is going to come. And that's where I'm going to see God, right? That's where I'm
Yeah.
going to see God. If I go pivot in any other direction, I'm going to miss the mark.
Mm-hmm.
So find the pocket of where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I've been all through churches, love my bishops and everything, and been groomed under some amazing leaders. But they used to try to, sometimes pastors, and they mean well, bishops, apostles, whatever, they want to
Mm-hmm.
pocket you, but you got to know where you're supposed to be pocketed. Because
Yes.
sometimes you'll get pocketed in a place that you ain't supposed to be. And I'm not supposed to be on the choir. I'm trying to tell you. I don't care how many people we need up there. That ain't my pocket. I'm just telling you. I know that.
Anyway, stay in your lane.
Please,
Stay in
please,
your
for
lane.
for your sake and the sake of the people, right?
I'm the
Just,
she
just
said, don't ask me to be in the choir now. No,
no,
no.
cause I know mom and them gonna tell me, baby, you did good, but I know that's a lie. I
Right.
know it was good.
Look,
It was
look,
good from my heart. It was good from my heart,
don't
but
get me
that's
started
not the
on that.
assignment.
Don't
Let
get
me
me
tell
started on that.
you, for those that don't know how to figure out their assignment, I'm gonna drop this nugget, right? If you don't know the assignment, the purpose, the call, the place that you're supposed to be in, I can tell you for a fact that you will know that you are where you're supposed to be, the function that you're working in, because not only will the grace of God sit on you, but ease will come with it as well. You won't have to wrestle to do it. You'll do it
Mm,
seamlessly. So that's just a nugget.
most definitely. And sometimes you'll find out your lane is where you don't want to be.
Running
Just
from it.
saying. Just
Running
saying.
from it.
Look, I'm saying it from experience. I didn't want to be doing all this talking, but yet I've been doing a podcast for the last 3 years.
And doing it well. And doing it
You
well.
know, I was running from that talking.
But you knew it. See? You knew that you was running. And most times people know when they're running from it,
Yeah, I
you
didn't know I
know.
was running until I was doing it though. I
Yeah.
like talking ain't
Yeah.
my lane. I'll sing. Talking ain't my lane. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, this is good. Look, we are at an hour. We are at an hour. Look, we are definitely bringing you back for season 8 for sure. Cause
Okay.
like we did literally just one topic tonight. One topic. That's it. But we had other topics in between there. So
Yeah.
okay, but look, let me see. I'm scared to go to these comments again because they in here climbing. Don't put me in a pocket. I'm don't put her in a pocket. Make a joyful noise. Now, I'm glad you said that. Make a joyful noise unto
Yeah.
the Lord. Because I'm gonna let you know right now. If I'm in the audience, and sometimes this is a blessing and a curse. Because with me being musically inclined, when you at church and somebody's singing a song and they not necessarily singing it in the key that they need to be singing it in, and you got that one person that's gonna be like, "Keep on singing, baby," and it's like,
Please don't. Please don't.
no, this is not what we're gonna do. And then me being a musician, I'm the type of musician. If you get up and you start singing a cappella, I'm gonna let you sing a cappella because everybody doesn't know how to sing with music.
Yeah.
And so you'll have people that be like, no, I'm not gonna play because I'm not about to keep on trying to figure out what alphabet they in when it comes to the key. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. If you
That's in your
can't sing,
shower,
leave it
in the
alone. Stay
car.
in your lane.
That's
Stay
in the
in your
shower, in the
lane.
car, in your bedroom.
Man, amen to that.
Mm.
The way this
Hmm.
lady said the F in fact. Yes, ma'am. Power.
Let me tell you, Tiffany. I had to go back to the make a joyful noise because I'm telling you, this is real life radio. I have to give you real life radio. Now, I've been in ministry for 30 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
Went to so in one of the ministries I served under is a pretty good sized ministry. And the bishop would have the ministers go to funerals, things of that nature, right? Support and all that. It is very challenging to sit on the front row at a funeral when you have you already know where I'm going. And let me tell you, I did not. I'm just be honest. I'm be flat out. Now, my team, my friends, people that are with me, they know me. I'm just silly. I'm sorry. That's just the way God made me. And this face just don't play the card. Like it just don't. What you see is what you see. So we was there at the funeral. They started singing. I had to put my head down because I knew already. Like it was going wrong. I was laughing so hard I started crying with my head down now because I'm not trying to be disrespectful because my bishop's directly in front of me, along with all of the other elders. And I
Mm-hmm.
start crying, but it's when the ministers sitting next to me that are my friends see me and they know. They know what's going on. So then they start with their head down, tears streaming. Now everybody's thinking, man, they are just touched. They are just touched by this
Mhm.
situation. And we was. And we truly was. But what the point is, we have to be strong enough and wise enough that when people want to do certain things in certain situations, that we say no. We say no. We love
The,
you, but we say no. We have to draw the
the
line.
Lord knows they hard,
He does. He
but
he he,
he know
he
my
does.
ears too, though, and I'm just like, no.
He has ears. Yeah. How about that? He has ears. He 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 hears.
Woo,
And so,
Lord.
but we love them. We love them because let me tell you, my son, my oldest son, want to be a rapper for a long time because I'm a lyricist. I
Mhm.
truly am a lyricist. Write you anything. Books, got 11 of them. Music, write it. My son wanted to be a rapper. Told me all about it growing up. Just the whole mom, I'm gonna be it. I told him all his life, no. And I know that some parents would not probably agree with me, but I told him all his life, no, that is not the assignment. No, that is not the call. I would not allow my son to go out there knowing that this was not his role. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Till he
Mhm.
gave it up. Yeah, which was the right thing to do.
Now we ain't gonna act like you didn't just say something about 11 books.
I did.
Like you wrote 11 books.
Yeah, they on Amazon.
And
I got five children's books, and I have like I guess six inspirational. It's really like five inspirational, and I did a group book. But writing. So here's the deal. I just love to write. I love to write. When I say I can write about anything, I can write in. One of the books on there is a journal, and it's called "Forgiveness is Not an Option." Forgiveness is not an option. Because and I learned again, we don't have enough time to talk about these stories I can tell you about. But
we
you
might have
you
to have
know,
episodes just for those.
forgiveness is not it's not for other people, it's for you. And
Right.
it doesn't matter how treacherous the situation is. So God took me through a season of my life where I had to learn that. And
Mhm.
then children's story, I have a series called Miss Polly, came from a poem I wrote 20 years ago. The character came from a poem I wrote over 20 years ago. So I've been writing for probably since I was like 8. But I just love to
Okay.
do it.
You
Yeah, I
need to
just
give
love to
us
do it.
some of them links. Send me some of them links so I can put them within this in this episode
I
so
certainly
y'all can
will.
check out some of those. Somebody say 15 more minutes. That's why I got that on the screen. 15 more
Certainly.
minutes. It's getting good. That's the thing about this platform right here. We be we be getting these good inspiration. And it's like, man, and you don't care about the time, like it'll be a good with like hour or two or three or four before I go to bed after the show. So Tuesdays is where it is for us. Finger snaps. You're doing it well and can't get you to be quiet ever since. Hey, we talking about because now I be talking all the time now. Hey, now I got two podcasts. Another one on the way. We'll talk about that later in probably season 8. Another one on the way. Just saying, throwing that out there. Well, we told y'all about it. Me and my husband, we gonna be doing a podcast. So, but yeah, it was something else I seen in the comments. Cause I ain't putting all of these comments up there. Yes, we live for Tuesdays. Put that in the comments. Live for Tuesdays. Live for Tuesdays. Y'all, I got some exciting things coming up for the podcast as far as merch. Y'all know I've been talking about that. So I will be releasing some of that information here soon. We're solidifying some things. And two of them. Yes, I got two podcasts and then another one about to come out. Yes. You trying to correct me. Um, but we got some exciting things going on. Let me not forget to give y'all's challenge for the week. Okay. Let me share my screen again. Let me make sure. See, because I couldn't put it in on my videos, but I found where I can do it. I see a new way to do it. All right, here we go. Let's see, share screen. Y'all can see on this part. Okay, so your challenge for the week is, what's one thing that you stopped doing that was good for you? Pick back up a good habit. I didn't know if that sounded good when I placed it on there like that, but that's what came to me. What's one thing that you stopped doing that was good for you? Pick back up a good habit. Okay. That is the challenge for this week. And then here is what I was talking to y'all about for the Music Love Awards. All the dates, you'll see this on my Facebook. You'll see it on everythingtiffany.com and everything to keep up with the interviews that I will be doing for the Music Love Awards with the nominees. All right, so you got your assignment. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now what my good thing that I stopped doing that I'm pick back up is. First I gotta find it first. But my jump roping. I was doing my jump roping. I was doing good. I was doing like 1,000 jump ropes a night. So that's one thing that I'm going to pick back up because that was a good thing. I was getting my sweat on and everything. So, what is that one thing that you are going to pick back up? Okay, that is the challenge. If you need to be reminded, you can also go to everythingtiffany.com because it will be posted there where you can go to the podcast page. Everything links from everythingtiffany.com to everything else. Okay. So I think that covers everything. I'm looking at my board to see if I had any reminder. Oh, the one thing that I did want to say from the challenge is that I learned 2 words: anticipation, participation.
Mm.
Now let me see how I had this linked up earlier. I be getting my epiphanies in my sleep. I'm supposed to be sleeping, I just be thinking, y'all. But it went back to the silence. The silence for 5 minutes. Um I gotta figure out how it was linked up. When I do, I'll bring it back to y'all on a future episode. But it had to do with the silent challenge, the anticipation and participation. Basically, to because the 5 minutes was long. The 5 minutes was long. And so within that 5 minutes of it being long, it's like the anticipation of it being over. This is the type of time that we let slip away.
Mm.
So let's do more participation. I can't even say the word now. Participation in life instead of so much anticipation.
Yeah.
Let's live in the moment. That's what I was getting at. It was gonna come to me. It was gonna come to me. Let's live in the moment. Let's not let those moments slip by because we're just waiting for the next thing. Just
Mm.
live life.
Agreed.
Just live life. And take advantage of the silence. I think
Yeah.
I actually had one of those episodes where I said, take advantage of the silence. Take those moments. Take a break. That's why you sleep like you do. I don't, I sleep a lot, but then I really don't sleep a lot because half of the time, 80% of the time, I'm thinking about something. So
Yeah.
I don't really rest. But yes, y'all have y'all's challenge. I'm excited. This season is really, really, really good, y'all. Check out everythingtiffany.com again. Also, if you would like to give to the podcast, please do so. This is the offering time. Offering time. If you like the show, if you support the show, I don't care if it's $5. I said I wasn't gonna say a dollar no more. I don't care if it's $5, a minimum of $5. You see the cash app right there, Tips Tuesdays. It goes right back into Tips Tuesdays, y'all. It's not like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go have a shopping spree or something like that. The closest thing to a shopping spree is I'm gonna pay this StreamYard so y'all can still get quality quality Tips Tuesdays. That's what it's going towards. So please give to the podcast if you are a true supporter. Like I said, if it's just a minimum of $5, it's 6 people on here right now. If I got $5 from everybody, that's $30. Do y'all know that pays the majority of my monthly payment? Just saying, putting it out there. They say, ask and you shall receive. Closed mouth don't get fed. There you go. So if you like to financially give to the podcast, there it is right there on the screen. If you like to give a different way, if you don't do Cash App, contact me at tipstuesdays@gmail.com and we would get that information from you. So I'm just so excited. As late as it is right now, I probably should be sleepy, but I'm not. I'm so excited to have Bianca here and to start this lovely friendship. I think I could say that friendship.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, you like you said, God places people in your lives for reasons and seasons. Reasons
Mhm.
and seasons. I'm enjoying all of my seasons of everything. So I'm excited. Do you have any other last words that you would like to say to everyone?
I just want to thank you for having me, Tiffany. I just, I love helping people develop and grow. Like I said, loving people is the greatest thing we can ever do, right? Love God, love people. That's my slogan. Love God, love people. When we do that, we will become everything that we're intended to be, and that's the best thing that we can ever be, not just for everybody else, but for ourselves. So, thank you so much for having me. I loved it, I loved it. Inspiring people, that's what it's all about.
Yes, yes. That's all I know really to do. Um, Inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. So as Crystal said, live for Tuesdays. I'm gonna see what y'all last comments is in here. What was the song at church? Give what you give it as unto the Lord. Give it as unto the Lord. Yep, that was one of podcasting ain't free. Yes. Man, I need to make a shirt out of that. Podcasting ain't free. It ain't. I passed the basket around. Did you put something in it, Brev? Benediction time. It is the benediction time. We are going to get ready to get on out of here. Please turn to the book of I'm done with him. We are gonna get ready to get out of here. I love it. Y'all always make this great with all of y'all's comments and everything. Y'all make this show with the comments for real. Seriously. Like I look forward to just looking in the comments. So we will be back same time next week, 9 p.m. Central Time. I do not know who my guest is, but like I stated before, it's getting better and better and better and better. Or I say in my words, gooder and gooder each gooder and gooder each season. So y'all tune in again, 9 p.m. Central Time. Tell somebody about the show. Share the show. And remember, we live for Tuesdays. All right. I will see y'all next week. Same time.
A little motivation for you. A little motivation. precious.